We've got a great video for you today on how to have fun cruising. That's right, your cruise channel. And where are we at? Panama. That's right, we're going to take a look at the Panama Canal. So if you're thinking about a cruise and you're thinking about this shore excursion, this is going to give you a lot of great tips and ideas. If you haven't, definitely subscribe to the channel, hit that like button. You're going to want to watch all our videos on all the different cruise lines and all the different shore excursions all over the world, guys. You also check out our Instagram, Facebook page, and our website, howtohavefuncruising.com. And we've got 6 channels now, including our mother channel, How to Have Fun Outdoors, with vacation ideas all over the world. In fact, we just got back from a great African cruise. You're going to love that video. But how about Sardinia? Next time you go to Italy and you're looking for an itinerary, try to get something to stop in Sardinia. It is absolutely a fantastic place. We just did a video on that. If you haven't seen it, definitely check it out. We did a couple of different videos, but absolutely stunning, no question about it. All right, but we're here in Panama, and we're at the Panama Canal, and that's what this video is all about. And the history of this canal is truly amazing, and this trip, we would say, is absolutely worth it. It is amazing to see how these canals work with the lock systems, and our cruise ship did a fantastic job with this. We had a lot of fun, and we're going to walk you through it as quickly as we can. But overall, we highly recommend it, and the Panama Canal is incredible. 51-mile, 82-kilometer waterway between the Caribbean Sea and the Pacific Ocean. And depending on the type of tour you do, you're going to see a little bit of everything. But one tip right off the bat is you've got to bring a variety of clothing. That's right, bring your rain suit even if it looks sunny out, because believe it or not, you know, we were in the sun, then we were in the rain, we were in the sun. So think about it, you're down near the equator, you're in Central America, and the weather is hot and cold, and it's all over the place, to be honest with you. But in any case, here we are on the ship and debarking, and boy, did we have a good time on this one.
That's so smart.
Look at this. Wow. Super cool. So we were on the Celebrity Beyond, that is with the Celebrity Cruise Line, and we actually got to take this elevator all the way down, which was amazing. And on this gorgeous boat, take a look at this thing, tendered off to the canal. And Celebrity, I would say, did a fantastic job with these shore excursions. We were happy with the cruise. We were happy with the Celebrity Beyond. We loved the itinerary, and the canal trip was definitely worth it. So if you get the chance, definitely go for it and try it out. The canal itself is pretty amazing, and a lot of people think they know the history, but they really don't. The fact of the matter is Colombia, then France, and then later United States controlled the territory surrounding the actual canal itself during the construction. France began work on the canal in 1881, but stopped in 1889 because of the lack of progress and all the issues and the high worker mortality rate. They lost a lot of people trying to build this canal. And believe it or not, the USA took over the project in 1904 and opened the canal in 1914 and continued to control the canal and the surrounding Panama Canal Zone area all the way up until 1977. After a period of joint American-Panamanian control, the Panamanian government took control in 1991 and now manages and operates the actual Panama Canal. But overall, you can see we're getting on the big boat. Let's go see how it goes.
So we have to go down to sea level during our transit through the Panama Canal locks. Okay, so let me inform you guys that we are going to arrive to the Pacific by approximately 6 o'clock in the evening. Okay, just depends on how long the Panama Canal is going to take to handle our transit. So from this moment, we are under the administration of the Panama Canal Authority.
So this charter boat did a fantastic job. You could tell they do it all the time. It was very well organized, on and off. And all your food was included, soft drinks were included, water was included. The alcohol beverages you did have to pay for. But as you can see here, they had fruit, they had all kinds of great food. And, you know, overall, it was really a smooth, you know, good shore excursion, if you will, right? No craziness. Everything was well organized. The people were very friendly. And, you know, this cruise is kind of enjoyable. You just sit back and see all of this canal. It's a lot of fun.
Very good.
The name of that river originally was called the Alligator River. Well, that river was discovered by Columbus, Christopher Columbus.
Alright, the cruising in the canal.
Panama Canal cruise.
Cruising the Panama Canal. That's awesome.
Let's do it. One big surprise during the cruise was the fact the guy did a great job giving all the history of the canal. So from start to finish, you learned so much. And there was a lot of interesting facts that I had never heard before, and I thought I knew a lot about the canal. But there's also the new architecture that is being completed, like this bridge here, and you have the new locks, the old locks. There's a lot to see, and it's very impressive overall. But we're going to continue on showing you this canal and trying to share some of those great facts with you as we're going to head towards the center of the canal and get into the lake and then cross over onto the other old locks, and you'll get to see that. As I mentioned earlier, the Panama Canal was opened in August 15th of 1914, and the original locks were only 33.5 meters or 110 feet wide to allow the ships to pass through. A third wider lane of locks was constructed between September 2007 and May 2016, and that expanded waterway began commercial operation in June of 2016. This new lock system allowed the transit of much larger ships, and the annual traffic has risen from about 1,000 ships in 1914 when the canal opened to over 14,000 vessels in 2008. It's amazing to see all these huge ships while you're doing the tour of the canal.
Wow, we are right now in the locks. You can see the closure right behind my back, and you can appreciate how everything looks like. It's really pretty awesome.
We really enjoyed this part because this was the old locks, and quite honestly, it was impressive to think about this being over 100 years old. And then you see the steel, and as you drop down with the water, it's a freaky feeling when, in addition, we were able to touch the wall of the canal. So sit back and take a look. You're going to enjoy this. Wow.
It's amazing. Look at how deep we are. Look at how much we dropped down.
Dropped down
It's
a long
amazing.
ways, right?
Yeah.
Look at that. Absolutely amazing.
Woohoo! We made it almost on the other side.
Yeah, next is these big gates will open up and let us through the locks. The idea of the Panama Canal dates back to 1513. That's right, 1513. It's got a crazy amount of history, and over the years it was talked about and discussed, but not built until the time we had mentioned. Wow. You hear that, Alice?
Whoa.
Here we go. Be careful, that water's gonna blow right in.
I'm ready for a shower.
Yeah. And just like that, the gates open, and it's just a crazy feeling. I know the camera can't show it, but the anticipation of this was really amazing. Everyone was pretty excited. As you can see, the cameras were flying, the gates were opening, and we were on our way through this amazing Panama Canal. And boy, oh boy, it's just something to see in real life and check off your bucket list. You also get a fantastic certificate at the end of this trip highlighting that you've done the Panama Canal with the date and all the information. So it's pretty cool. It actually saves ships an average of 8,000 nautical miles by avoiding that long journey around Cape Horn in the southern tip of South America. And as we all know, Cape Horn is famous for all of the shipwrecks and rough seas. So this is a win-win in so many ways, and obviously has been a very big strategic location globally for shipping, and even recently, even a political type of issue between who maintains the canal, how it's operated, and I'm not going to get into the politics of it all, but as of now, everything looks to be good, and business as usual in Panama City, absolutely fantastic. We've been to Panama about 3 or 4 times now, and we've done the train shore excursion with the cruise ship. It was fantastic. We've done this Panama Canal tour with a cruise ship with a small boat that goes through the canal, which is terrific. And we've done a tour of Panama City, and Panama City is fantastic. It is really, really nice, no question about it. But overall, we'd highly recommend an itinerary down the Panama.
Wow, look at this.
It rains just a bit.
How about that? We got Panama Canal in the rain. Wow, look at that, folks.
Well, as I mentioned at the beginning of the video, it's good to bring extra gear, especially rain gear in Central America, no matter where you're at down there, because it's sun shining one minute, it's raining the next, and we saw that a lot. It was super cool to see all this equipment and watch how these locks work, and we were pretty impressed overall.
See the big container ship. Look at the big container ship. Look all the way to the right in front of you. Over there. Look at that white colored building over there. Oh, yeah. You have the container ship over there. That is a new lock. That is a new lock on the Pacific side. That is called Cocoli.
Wider now.
Yeah. So look at Cocoli over there.
Everything is morning.
Well, as the guide highlighted, we have the old locks here, you have the new locks where the big container ships were going through, and on this side there was also the pavilion where I guess during nice weather there's a ton of people out there watching the ships go through the locks. But this is the original Panama Canal 1913 building, and it was fun to go through these locks, no question about it. What we're going to show you also in this video real quickly before we end it, our experience of taking the cruise ship through the beginning of the canal, and it was great to actually witness that on the Celebrity Beyond. So we're going to show you that also, and here's just a few more glimpses of the old set of locks. But let's transition over to actually taking the cruise ship from the Caribbean side up to the lake, and that was a pretty amazing experience. Also, some cruise ships do it, some cruise ships don't. Some cruise ships do the entire set of locks. Some cruise ships just park outside of the canal and let you do the different shore excursions. So it's good to check on what they are actually going to do on your itinerary. But let's go take a look at the Celebrity Beyond and what we actually did.
Pretty awesome. Final.
Almost done. The next one is sea level.
Sea level, next one. Pretty awesome.
Well, just like that, we were at sea level, and we were pretty impressed with the overall lock system. And again, we came in from the Caribbean side on the big cruise ship up to the lake. Then we did the shore excursion over to this old set of locks, and then we transitioned all the way into Panama City, which was super cool. Well, as we got closer to Panama City, it was pretty impressive. You had these beautiful bridges, all kinds of ships, and then once we reached right to the edge of the ocean, you got to see one after another big ship sitting out there waiting to come into the canal. And for the most part, there's tons of them. There's a big backlog. The canal's a major source of revenue for Panama, contributing to most of its GDP. And there's Panama City in the background. You can see filled with skyscrapers, yachts, and this has really turned into an incredible place. A lot of people go there to retire. A lot of business is done there now. But again, if you get a chance to tour the city itself, it is also equally impressive. This is another cruise ship, as you can see from this video. All kinds of cruise ships do itineraries down to this area. So it's worth it. I mean, there's a lot to see. There's Belize, there's Costa Rica, there's all kinds of great activities and cruise itineraries for this area. And there it is, check the box by Alice. And this is where we got off. But what I want to show also real quickly is what it was like to take the cruise ship through the first set of locks. A lot of people haven't seen that, so we're going to show that real briefly and then in the video, but you got to check that out. It's pretty cool. We even got to see one of those big old crocodiles down in the water. So let's go ahead and check that out. Well, you can see we're back in the room here, and this is the controversial balcony. We didn't find it to be a problem. Basically, it's all electric, and you just push the button and the top pane comes down and you have a balcony right into your room. But it does feel like a window versus a balcony.
There's an alligator right there, guys.
And there you go, guys, a big old crocodile. I called it an alligator, but it's a crocodile. And you see these all over down here, which is pretty amazing. But to see it next to the locks is really, really crazy. Well, how about that for a tight fit? I mean, we just made it through this set of locks. Pretty crazy overall. When we were going through, along with everybody else on the ship, we were like, how are we going to fit through that? But again, we only did half of the lock system with the cruise ship, and but it was an amazing experience. And this is coming in from the Caribbean side up to the lake itself, and as you can see, pretty impressive overall, and everybody absolutely loved it.
Wow, we made it through the third lock in the Panama Canal. We are almost there at the lake. It's awesome.
Yeah, pretty awesome. This is off the aft, the back of the ship. And as you can see, we've been filming from the side. We're going to take you to the front. But this is the back as we came through into the third lock. So we got 1, 2, 3, all the way down. Another huge tip is if you have the Aqua class, you get the front of the ship, which is absolutely awesome because out here you have got your own deck, which is awesome. Only Aqua class.
We made it through the Panama Canal.
Well, overall, we highly recommend doing a cruise with the Panama Canal in Central America. We also highly recommend doing this Panama Canal shore excursion, if you will. This trip was fantastic. We had a great time. We learned a lot, tremendous amount of history. But to check the box and be able to do this canal was a lot of fun. We really enjoyed it. Well, with that, definitely comment down below if you've been to Panama or done the Panama Canal. What was your experience? What are your recommendations? And if you haven't, please subscribe to the channel. You're going to love it. We've got cruise videos from all over the world. We've got a bunch of new cruises coming up that you're going to absolutely love, including Africa. Boy, did we have an amazing time cruising through Madagascar, Mauritius, and that was one amazing cruise, right, Alice?
Oh, it was a fantastic cruise. I suggest it to everyone.
There you go, guys. So definitely hit that subscribe button, hit that like button so we can get this out to everyone. And thank you so much for watching How to Have Fun Cruising!